All right, Capricorns, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast for January 18th through the 24th. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology, which if you are new to the channel, be sure to check the description down below. All right, Capricorn, so this week a lot going on astrologically, and you do have your sun going into your first house, so happy birthday for those of you early Capricorns. Again, this is for Sidereal, so the signs are different. But yeah, happy birthday to some of you, and a lot of you, whether it's your ascendant or moon, will be starting to feel this shift and focus, I think, in terms of your goals and your pursuits in life, which it has been and still will be very much about the spiritual stuff, behind the scenes activities with Mercury retrograde in that 12th and Venus going in here this week. It's kind of a mixed energy where there is more of that meditative and intuitive approach, yet things are certainly expanding and opening up on the horizon. So it all starts here on Monday when we have Mars trining up to Neptune. So there is some supportive energy here for your life path with Mars in your 9th house. Perhaps a lot of you have been more motivated over these past couple weeks or a couple months actually to pursue your life path, to pursue your overarching plans and goals and big picture things in your life, whatever it is you feel like is unfolding on the horizon. Maybe even tap into that adventurous spirit a little bit. So whatever it is, all of that 9th house stuff is very supportive here with Neptune. You can find a lot of that easy going here this early part of the week, also involving home and family and health stuff, as well as maybe even groups or community things as well. Now also on Monday, Venus does square up to Jupiter and the North Node, so it could be enjoyable here, specifically with maybe some networking or group stuff, which is going to be Venus in your 11th, and there's a lot of that seriousness, of course, with Saturn, but still, nonetheless, maybe enjoying some of those ideals and organizational or group things, as well as this understanding about this new life path shift, which is continuously unfolding as we go into February. That's Jupiter in the North Node going into your 8th house, which for the next 2 years will really be emphasizing this pull to get you to go deeper into life, whether it's with relationships, whether it's just understanding the truth of life, conveying the truth, sharing it, being open, vulnerable, all these 8th house things, which is usually very positive for you. It's all Leo, so it's all about self-expression, and your interests are those deeper things. But here there is that pull there, and it's very positive. And I think it's been an excellent time for that, especially with Jupiter transiting this 8th house, making it perhaps come across as a bit easier so that you can have those more meaningful connections in your life. So there could be some insights around that this early part of the week, and I would say especially by the weekend when this Jupiter North Node conjunction goes exact. And one thing I want to say too is it's all retrograde, so it's very reflective and internalized with that retrograde. So it's good to go within and reflect in terms of what's really meaningful, and then take whatever actions are necessary with that North Node. Now on Tuesday, Mercury does sextile up to Chiron, so there could be some healing taking place with your deeper psyche and whatever it is that you're rehashing or rethinking about or redoing with your spirituality right now, or with that alone time, or the rest and relaxation, because a lot of that's in flux still with Mercury retrograde in that 12th. I think you're learning more about yourself on that deeper level, or can be, and there's going to be some transformations with that as Mercury goes over Pluto later in the week. So it all starts here on Tuesday, and you can feel quite rejuvenated and healed with those matters. And it's also a good time to rehash and redo the routine, the daily work environment, as well as whatever you might consider the adventurous spirits of life. So with that rejuvenation, and after that rejuvenation here on Wednesday, Mercury does square up to Uranus. So you could be feeling quite stimulated, maybe in the areas of the work or routine and the philosophical stuff, or maybe with this alone time. So whatever it is, it's prompting you to create freedom with the way you communicate and the way you share information, or learn, or read, or write, or anything else that's very practical in life. So whatever that is, whatever's prompting that revolutionary change, listening to that and taking that slow and steady approach and implementing whatever that spirit is that can be applied to this very deep transformation that is occurring with your 12th house this week. So that's going to be strongest on Friday when Mercury goes over Pluto. So it's all about being open to change, and it's a great time to meditate. It's a great time to do spiritual things, because it's going to allow that deeper understanding of the psyche, of the deeper side of self, to be released any old energies of, but it's not so much conceptual although it could be for a lot of you with Mercury here, it's mostly just allowing old energies to go and all things that you feel like weigh you down or drag you down that maybe prevent you from having more of that alone time, more of that spiritual time out. So it's a good week to reflect on that with the retrograde, to think more about it. It's also important to change maybe your routine, your health, your diet, or your work environment, as well as change how you can have more of an adventurous outlook on life perhaps, or see what's possible in that bigger picture. So that's going to be Friday, and also around this time the sun does shift into your sign. So here there is that shift going into the weekend towards those goals, towards you, your plans for the next year basically, and it's an excellent place for you to put that energy going into next week. Now, over the weekend, we do have a full moon in Cancer, which is your 7th house. So there is a culmination now with your one-to-one relationships, maybe with a spouse or significant other or a friend or whatever it is, or just in general with all of your relationships, seeing just seeing them, having that awareness with the full moon. So with that awareness, it can disseminate into the other areas of life, and it's an excellent time to cooperate, work with others, work with partnerships, whatever it is you might be involved with this weekend. And if not, even if you're reflecting on it, that insight can really be implemented and utilized in your life. Now, it is going to be squaring up to Mars, so it is all about taking action. Maybe there's something prompting you here to take some action with the more adventurous or life path energy, seeing what's possible in life and pursuing that. And that's something to certainly listen to. And with the square, taking it nice and slow and constructive, I think is the key with that, and patient. Now, also over the weekend, that Jupiter North Node conjunction, very nice. It's been going on for the past couple weeks and will be all the way through the first half of February, all about these new insights about what really matters. And I think there is going to be some, at the very least, some awareness of this on the internal level, but for some of you, maybe some new opportunities to connect to life on that deeper layer. Now, the weekend tops off with Venus going into Sagittarius, so you guys could be enjoying now the alone time, that spiritual time out, which has been, I think, more intense with Mercury retrograde through here and Pluto and whatnot. So having Venus come in here is quite nice, and I think you can enjoy the more subtler energies working behind the scenes and these kinds of things, if you aren't already, especially so with Venus in that 12th. All right, Capricorn, so have a great week. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you next time.